What is going on, gamers? Avitrix here, and today we're gonna go ahead and talk about something that came up while I was chatting to a few people, and that was regarding the Colosseum. A lot of them are in the belief that if you don't have all the gold heroes in the Colosseum, that you can't succeed, especially the new pay-to-play heroes, and that can't be further from the truth. Now, a lot of the new pay-to-play heroes are absolutely much stronger than most of the free-to-play heroes that are out there. So if you're completely free-to-play, then Colosseum is absolutely becoming much harder for you. But if you're a person that can spend $5 on a hero here and there, there's a few things that you should know, because even if you can get them to green, blue grade, it can do wonders for you. So first thing is first, the team makeup is so much more important than just individual gold heroes all put randomly in there, and also the equipment that's in the heroes. These are much more important than the actual hero grade. Now, the grade itself is important because obviously you get more HP, you get more attack, more defense, magic defense, etc. So all of that is important, but if you're using somebody like, let me show you, let's say a witch doll, it's not as important because witch doll is not there for damage, and witch doll is not there to tank. Witch doll is there to pretty much control the battle. And I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what I mean by that. So take a look at this team right here that I have. Okay, I have my Rose Knight, I have my Lore Weaver, and my Ethereal Guide. Those are my three gold ones. And then I have my Witch Doll that's only a green grade, and then I have my Grove Guardian, which is only at silver grade. So with that being said, first of all, most of the replays that I'm going to be showing you guys was before the constellation changed, and for some reason it literally benefits every single hero that was in this lineup, which was amazing to me. But take a look at this, and this is the same team that I've been using for the last few days, and look at this, with a great hero. So let's go ahead and show you some of these replays and tell you exactly why this actually works. Okay, so take a look at this one right here. This one, they're using two casters in their front line. That is something that you absolutely do not want to use with Grove Guardian, because Grove Guardian's his ulti is just not, it's not friendly towards caster. It silences them for a long time, it does a lot of damage, and then when you factor in the Witch Doll proc at the same time and then the Ethereal Guide proc, it's over. Not only that, there goes Rose Knight, and then once that Rose Knight is gone, the battle is pretty much over. So there's a reason why I'm using these heroes specifically together. The Rose Knight, obviously, for obvious reasons, that's widely known as the best tank in the game, and of course the Lore Weaver for healing. But the other ones is where it gets a little interesting. So let me move on to the next one. Now this team is also very powerful against assassins. Now why is it powerful against assassins? Mainly because of the Ethereal Guide in the back. Now take a look at this Demon Slayer, okay? Just look at the damage that this Ethereal Guide can do. Boom. Down. Before he even touched my Lore Weaver, did any serious damage. And once you take down an assassin in an assassin based team, the fight is pretty much over. So the reason I use Ethereal Guide back there is mainly because of teams with Demon Slayer. When Demon Slayer jumps, Ethereal Guide switches to the Demon Slayer, and then because Ethereal Guide attacks much faster than heroes like Tracker, Black Crow, etc., she can handle Demon Slayers much better than any other option, and of course she deals massive damage too. Alright, now let's take a look at this team right here. Now this team is a little bit more conventional. You have your Tracker, your Trickster, and then again, once again, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer jumps, targets my Lore Weaver, and then of course I have my Ethereal Guide doing what she's doing. Look at that damage, okay? Ethereal Guide just shreds Demon Slayer. So if you're having issues with a Demon Slayer, maybe going for your Lore Weaver and just not leaving your Lore Weaver alone, put an Ethereal Guide back there. Again, she doesn't have to be gold. Now you preferably want to have them gold, but if you don't, if you have it a blue grade, it still works wonders. The one thing that I would say about the grades is you want your tank, that's the main one that you preferably want to have gold, because If your tank is not gold, that means much less HP, much less defense, magic defense. And the problem with that specifically is that once your tank dies, your team usually follows right after. Like if your tank falls, you're already really deep in trouble. So just keep that in mind. Now take a look at this one. They have their own Witch Doll, and again, they're using Demon Slayer. And I guess they just don't realize that using Demon Slayer against this team specifically is just not a great idea, because even if, let's say that they do take out my Lore Weaver, look at all this damage that we're able to do. So even if my Lore Weaver was down, look at all this, they would not even stand a chance. So Demon Slayer, check, not an issue. Now, does it perform well against non-Demon Slayer teams? Well, we're gonna go ahead and show you. There goes the whole team pretty much. So again, Grove Guardian, super powerful, and it's only a silver grade. Super powerful. Okay, so here we go. We have a non-Demon Slayer team, but keep in mind that once again, they have casters up front. And when you're facing against a Grove Guardian like this, that is just not a good idea, because once he gets to proc, those casters are going to be in for a lot of trouble. Now keep this in mind, my tank just went down, but so did theirs. But take a look at that Ethereal Guide proc along with everything else that was going on. Just way too much damage at once, and they couldn't stand up to it. Now take a look at this one. Three assassins against this team, and it still is not a good idea, because I'm guessing that the thing here that they want to do is just get to my Lore Weaver as quickly as possible, take her out, and then call it a win. But take a look at this Ethereal Guy right there. Look at that proc. That proc is ridiculous. Now here's the thing, she takes out my Lore Weaver, takes out my Witch Doll, but watch this proc right here from Ethereal. Boom! That is a proc right there, and that hurts. Now what does that leave them? It only leaves them with the tank and the healer, which usually it's a good thing, but because I have my Grove Guardian in here and he does so much damage, we're able to take them out before they're even able to heal and stall us out. So remember, Grove Guardian, silver grade, and still doing all of that damage. It's ridiculous. Now here's another one. Double Assassin. Usually these are two assassins that jump over, and they would usually target the Lore Weaver first. There it goes. They both target Lore Weaver, but guess what? We're able to heal up, and then Ethereal Guide strikes. Look at them. They already have barely any HP, and here is where the match is won. Right there with that proc, it's pretty much over. Once this the Rose Knight procs, it's over. And now the only thing that we gotta do is heal up, and GG. Now what is it that makes this team super strong? It's not because all of the heroes are gold, it's because it covers most areas of how people want to attack you. If you want to go assassins, this team is very strong against that. Demon Slayer, etc. Ethereal Guide is a great hero to go up against assassin teams. If you want to go with casters, not gonna work out for you, because Grove Guardian is gonna just really damage them with his proc, even at silver grade. But what about a physical team, a mainly physical team? Let's take a look. Alright, so we have a mainly physical team here. Now the goal here for them is just to take out my Rose Knight before I can get anything done, okay? So my Rose Knight, if you can tell, is going down really fast. But guess what? So is their Rose Knight. My Rose Knight goes down, so does theirs, but here is the difference. Witch Doll stuns 3 of them, which in turn makes me proc over and over on them, and look at this. This is just way too much damage. A green hero, a gray hero is out damaging them. Just keep that in mind. A green hero and a gray hero is out damaging their gold heroes. That is why the actual grade itself is not as important as the items and the team makeup. Now what about 2 tanks? They're also using Grove Guardian, they're also using Berserker. How does this team fare against that? So the only big difference is Ethereal Guide and Tracker, and of course they're using Berserker over Witch Doll. So how will I fare against that? There it goes, I get my first heal off, then my Rose Knight gets to attack, and Berserker is already gone. So them using an extra tank is not paying off because one of them is already down. Look at their look at the Rose Knight. It's almost already dead as well. Once that heal drops right there, it's over. Like, it's over. Your tanks are gone, and that means this whole match is already gone. I still have my tank. You only have a healer and a few DPS, and now I just get to proc all over them. So against 2 tanks, it's powerful. Against assassins, it's powerful. Against physical, it's powerful. All using a green hero, a great hero, and a few gold heroes. Now, will this work if your Lore Weaver is in gold? If your Ethereal Guide is in gold? Absolutely. Just because the team makeup is powerful. Will you maybe lose in some cases where maybe I win because my Lore Weaver is gold and whatnot? Yes. But does that mean that the team is so much weaker that it doesn't work? No. So keep that in mind. When you're looking at these newer heroes, the Grove Guardian, another one that I want to mention is Master Cook, Ramsey. He is also really, really powerful. Petite Devil, Femme Fatale, all of these heroes can be used at a much lower grade than gold heroes, and for them to be effective, you just have to find a team that actually works together. Now, there's no team that's perfect, so don't believe if anybody says that there's a perfect team. Every team can be defeated because teams are made up of individual heroes, and individual heroes have weaknesses that you can exploit by using other heroes. So just keep that in mind. But if you find a team that works really well, use that. So before we go, I'm going to go ahead and show you the team that did take this team out. And the reason why it worked is because they use Shade specifically. And unlike the other assassins, Shade does not jump. Shade literally just goes straight into my Lore Weaver in this formation. And that means that my Ethereal Guide never switched to attack the Shade. So once that happened, they whittled down my health, and then once the Shade actually got to proc, it was too late. Took out every single thing that I had. So 5-0'd. Now, the thing about that team is that I don't believe that the fight would always go down like that. So maybe it's not always a win. But if it takes somebody to tinker so much that they start using Shade and whatnot, then that's when you know that you found yourself a strong team. So what do I do now going forward? What I'm doing is I'm buying the $5 pack of some of these new heroes, the Witch Dolls, the Master Cooks, the Grove Guardians, Petite Devils, etc. And once you get them to blue, purple grade, that's good enough. That's good enough. Not only that, I mean, the Constellation at the moment also helps me a lot. So that's also a factor in as well. But like I said, most of those replays were before this Constellation even helped me. So by the way, let me go ahead and collect before we end the video. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that no, you don't need all gold heroes to compete in the Coliseum. Preferably, you want them as high as you can, but it's not a requirement. You can use lower grade heroes and still advance rather well in the Coliseum as long as you know how to use them. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.